Antonio Brown, 1-year deal with Tampa Bay, Joey. Reactions.
Yeah, I mean, great signing for the Tampa Bay Bucs, especially if they get the Antonio Brown of old. But who knows after what the CTE did to him, so I don't know if he's going to be the same player or not, but I think the Bucs are the NFC favorite right now, and I think they will make the Super Bowl. That is my hot take.
Over Seattle?
It's going to be tough. I think it's going to be Seattle and Tampa Bay in the NFC Championship game, but I would give the edge to Tampa Bay. I think they're a better all-around team with the addition of AB.
I mean, while we're firing off hot takes, I mean, I'll say it. Big chest, big production coming for Antonio Brown. All due respect, Mike Evans, great player, phenomenal player. Chris Godwin, one of the most talented wide receivers in the league. Antonio Brown is the best wide receiver on the Tampa Bay Bucs right now. True or false?
I mean, true. Very true. Antonio Brown is probably a top 5 wide receiver of all time, right? This is a dude that
Absolutely.
had, 7 or 8 straight 1,000-yard seasons with 10-plus touchdowns in Pittsburgh as a 6th-round draft pick. An incredible career. Obviously, it's fallen off in the last 2 seasons, but if he can come to Tampa Bay and, have his head on straight, this is going to be a lethal offense. I just want to ask you, how does this impact Mike Evans and Chris Godwin's fantasy stock for the rest of 2020?
I think Chris Godwin suffers the most from this because Antonio Brown is a guy who kicks inside a lot. He'll play in the slot. He'll play on the outside. But the way that I'm looking at it, Antonio Brown, he chose this spot. Him and Brady have a relationship outside of football. I think that this is going to be favorable for Antonio Brown. Like you said, top 5 wide receiver, definitely a top 5 wide receiver of the last 10 years, maybe all time. You could make the argument, and I'm all aboard the Antonio Brown train. Shout out to all my best ball shares. I always believed, and it couldn't be a better spot. The one downfall, the only downfall that I see playing out for Antonio Brown is that if he isn't immediately integrated into the offense, if we have a couple 3-target, 4-target, 5-target games, that's when it starts showing out in the media. That's when he starts complaining. That's when he starts getting crazy. If he comes in, gets 8 targets, 9 targets right off rip, there will be no problems. But he's not somebody I think who will be comfortable playing second fiddle to Mike Evans, playing third fiddle to Chris Godwin. That's how I'm looking at it. So I think the first few weeks are going to be really telling about how this whole saga will play out.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And one last question, and then we can get out of here. Is Antonio Brown a league winner in redraft leagues?
I mean, he absolutely could be. Where else are you going to find a top 5 wide receiver, top 10 wide receiver all time on the waiver wire? You're going to be spending your waiver priorities on trying to get Harrison Bryant or David Njoku? Or are you going to get Antonio freaking Brown, Mr. Big Chest himself? I think the answer should be very evident.